Welcome to the West Coast, San Diego, California, and this Week 3 SFL matchup between the Jacksonville Kings and the San Diego Mavericks. We're live on Twitch for tonight's matchup. I'm Liam Krause, your play-by-play commentator for tonight's clash, and joining me on analysis is Brett Solberg. G'day, Brett. What are you expecting from tonight's matchup?
Oh, this is a very interesting matchup just on paper here. When you look at the Jacksonville Kings and what they've done throughout the entirety of their SFL lifetime, you expect wins from this squad. And they start off with an uncharacteristic 0-2 start to this season. Whereas for San Diego, we've kind of seen this tale before. They start 0-2 here, but something's got to give for one of these two clubs here. They're looking to get their first wins of the season and get themselves out of that early slump. If you get to 0-3 with 28 teams in the mix looking for 14 playoff spots, it's going to be very, very tough. So somebody's got to give here. Someone's got to get that first win.
Thanks, Brett. Great to have you on the call with me as we have the coin toss coming up here. And that is going to be tails. And it looks like the Jacksonville Kings will be receiving. Just get confirmation on that. So it will indeed be the Jacksonville Kings to receive to start off this matchup. San Diego kicking from right to left in their grey uniforms and Jacksonville in the white, so nice, distinctive, very easy to see who's who. And we're underway in this matchup here in San Diego. The Mavericks looking to pick up their first win of the season, as are the Jacksonville Kings, and that is returned up to the 24-yard line. The starting offense for the Jacksonville Kings, Jordan Sipe drafted out of San Jose, Jared Willis at halfback, Grayson Willis as area Way, Kingston Ellington at wide receiver. Way was in San Jose with Jordan Sipe, Joel Harleman, Caesar Ackerman at tight end, Olivia Bleeker, Aidan Bleeker, and Brian French on the offensive line. And Jacksonville come out in a single back set here to start off this matchup. 5-step drop, nice throw, and that is bobbled up in the air by number 28 of the San Diego Mavericks. That was Ray Lennell, the third there on the deflection, and Jacksonville coming out swinging, Brett.
Yeah, that's a deep post route heading to their main wide receiver there. Great job from both Zach Lay and Raylan Earl III just to be in the vicinity of the football there, just to kind of give Jordan Sipe a little bit of hesitation now throwing it deep.
2nd and 10 here then for the Jacksonville Kings in their white, purple and gold. Very distinctive. We've seen them so often flying in these colours, and this season off to a bit of a false start with a 0-2 record, but nice pickup of 9 yards there to get the offensive yardage on the board for the first time in this game today.
Yeah, seeing a long one getting complete to go with a shorter option, getting Azariah Way 9 yards here.
3rd and 1, and he's going to stand up and throw that. That's 90X hot there on the single back play, and number 11 on the reception there, that is Grayson Willis with a nice pickup, 9-season veteran in the SFL.
And usually Grayson Willis is more so their deep target. This time they go with a little bit shorter route, kind of changing up the sights for San Diego again, and they find a completion easy first down.
So 1st and 10 again, another set of downs for the Jacksonville Kings. And that is going to be the first run of the day, and that is a pickup of about 3 yards. Number 93 was all over it there for the San Diego Mavericks. That was the defensive tackle, Charles Ledbetter, on the tackle. Nice defensive stop there.
Yeah, and San Diego definitely wants to improve on their season totals right now, averaging just over 150 yards rushing against per game, so they got shored up here.
Another run here for the Jacksonville Kings, and Brett, you know, San Diego came out of the off-season, and I think there were probably a few critical voices at their approach to the draft. Everybody was begging them to take a defensive lineman, and they have made some recruits now with 3 rookie defensive line players. It's going to be tricky to see how exactly they can make the most of those players going into the remainder of this season. 3rd and 2 now. 5-step drop from Jordan Sipe, and that is a nice catch. Pick up around about 20 yards or so from the rookie QB.
Yeah, and San Diego guessed right here. They were looking deep this time, but Kingston Ellington this time kind of changed his route a little bit and went on the inside and found himself an open gap. So Jordan Sipe had no other choice than to throw it to him. Great first down throw.
Twin set to the strong side of a single back in the backfield for Jacksonville. And it's going to be a run up the middle, and he has got a bit of space, a little bit more as well. First down up all the way up to the 10-yard line of the San Diego Mavericks. Excellent run there by Jared Willis, and he is getting this Jacksonville Kings offense rolling here early in the first quarter.
Yeah, and you said it earlier with that young defensive line. Just one draft pick and three week 2 signings coming in on the defensive front, including Mac Dre and Nick Brummer on that defensive line, and they're really going to heavily rely on Kratos Maximus. And if they can't get to it, then Jared Wilson is going to have a
heavy set here for the Jacksonville Kings. They'll pick up a couple of yards, and I don't think, Brett, out of all of the teams in the SFL that I've seen play so far this season, a defensive unit that is so youthful as San Diego's is.
Yeah, and you just look at it here, no player more than 5 seasons of tenure here in the SFL. You've got 5, now 6 rookies on that defensive front for San Diego.
That's a 3-step drop and all the way up to the San Diego 3-yard line. San Diego talking a little bit about their defensive youth, but they're holding up well here in their red zone defense so far. It's going to be 3rd and goal for the Jacksonville Kings. Jordan Sipe looking to drive into the end zone, looking for his first win as a SFL Major League QB. Had an excellent time in San Jose. Saw some really impressive performances during my time watching him at the flight. Single back set here, 5-step drop, Sipe throws, he's going for the end zone, and he's got the end zone. Excellent drive by Jordan Sipe and the Jacksonville Kings, and they are on the board. That was number 82 on the reception. Kingston Ellington, the one-time All-Star back in season 18.
And get him on the board for the first time this season here for Kingston Ellington. Now the 3rd official receiver to get touchdowns this season from Jordan Sipe as he reaches his 4th passing touchdown as well. Jacksonville starting off early here with a first drive touchdown.
So Jacksonville on the board pending the extra point as well for 7. And that was a really nice drive from Jacksonville. They have been one of the real premier teams of the SFL for so long. They had a lot of upheaval this past off-season. Michael going over to Canton as their general manager. So a lot of restructuring over in Jacksonville. Got a completely new QB. But Jordan Sipe's got all the potential in the world, Brett.
Yeah, and he's looked at so far with that 70% completion rate. You really want to have a quarterback starting off his career with 70 or above % completion. If you can get him continuing to go further up that way, he's got all the makings to be an all-star in no time.
So San Diego will get the ball on offense for the first time this game. Their offensive lineup, Scar Patterson at QB, Christian Pierce at halfback, Nick Hoagland at fullback, their wide receiver and tight end core, Liam Hammer, Gunnar Lewis, Optimus Klein, Julian Goosters, and Bill Cherry. And on the offensive line, you have DeBrickashaw, Molyneux, and Finley James. And DeBrickashaw, obviously, all named first team, as he always is for the SFL. And they'll start off with a run here behind Christian Pierce, it looked like there. Actually, I'm slow to get up, actually. That was actually the fullback, Nick Hoagland, the 4-season veteran, with that first run of the game here, with a couple of yards picked up. So San Diego up to their 28-yard line, actually. And they come out in gun straight here, so Patterson looking to get the most out of his receiving weapons. He does get something out of his receiving weapon there. That looked like one of his wide receivers, number 44, Bill Cherry, the tight end, with a nice pickup. It'll be 3rd and 1 here for the San Diego Mavericks.
Yeah, and you'll see a lot of passing here from San Diego, especially now that they're down early here. Scar Patterson coming into this game, the 4th most passing attempts in the SFL with 92 in just 2 weeks.
Hand off to Pierce, and that is a nice pickup of around about 5 yards. It looked like he had a little bit more space if he just angled that run out to the flank of the field there, or the pitch as we call it in the UK, Brett. But yeah, nice start from both of these teams offensively. Defense has been bend but don't break so far for both of these sides. Split back set here for the San Diego Mavericks, and that'll be another handoff. So San Diego making the most out of their 2 back sets here, Brett.
Yeah, and through the first 2 weeks, like I said earlier, heavy passing offense from the San Diego Mavericks team. Only combined 19 carries between Christian Pierce and Nick Hoagland through 2 weeks here. So it looks like they're going with a little bit of a different approach, and they're starting to feed the ball to both these backs more.
3 wide receiver set here, 5-step drop, and that's a big throw, and that is a big pass defended there by the Jacksonville Kings. Didn't catch the number of the player there who got on the end of the ball. Looks like number 34 for the Kings. That's Stuart Zamalia, 2-season veteran, using all of his 6'2" frame to get in front of that ball and bat it away. And now the Mavericks will come out in a 5 wide receiver set. Patterson has all the weapons in the world to make use of here. He's going to take the snap, big throw, and that's a big interception. Number 34, it's that man again, Stuart Zamalia, with an excellent pick. 2-season veteran, and he gets the interception that time.
Yeah, and Stuart Zamalia is probably that big risk, strong safety out here in the SFL. He's got his 3rd interception this season here, and this time with Scar Patterson looking for his high-powered offense, more specifically in his wide receiver 1 and Liam Hammer going with a deep post route, and he just stays in the right place, knowing where the football is going to take, and grabs an interception. Now Jacksonville back on offense here, maybe to strike again.
So Jacksonville back on the field, and 7-0 lead so far. They're going to throw it out to the flat this time, and that is a nice pickup. And lovely spin from Jared Willis, number 24 of the Jacksonville Kings, picking up a nice bit of additional yardage after catching it behind the line. And we've seen, running backs have been in the news a lot today, Brett. And we're seeing just what you can do with halfbacks and fullbacks today with San Diego Mavericks and Nick Hoagland. That is going to be a run there, but San Diego, bend but don't break. They do adapt, and they get to Willis before he can get to the line of scrimmage there.
Let's go back to that last play there. How many times, Liam, have you seen a running back just do one spin move and undress 2 corners? That's just unseen. Just one simple spin move, and they're going 20 yards the other way.
Well, I did coach Reggie Streeter for a time, so there's a pick from number 22 of the San Diego Mavericks. That is Zach Holdorf with an excellent pick, and the momentum swings right back in the favor of the home team here. The San Diego Mavericks have the ball back, and that was a big interception early in this game, Brett.
Yeah, and if you want to rely on one aspect of that San Diego defense, it's going to be that secondary. I remember Zach Holdorf and Tom Krieg, the guy who deflected that football in the first place so that Holdorf could get the interception. Those 2 men were key contributors on that defense for San Diego last season and got themselves multiple interceptions, and it just seems like they're doing this again here this season.
Single back set here for the San Diego Mavericks back on the field, and that is a jump. So they got a free play here, 5-step drop, throw. They won't need the free play. That's an excellent throw downfield. They pick up at least 30, 40 yards there. That is Lewis on the reception. Gunnar Lewis, number 81, the 2-time All-Star. And this play is going to be held up. It is going to be a first down and much, much more. San Diego fighting right back. Broadcasting team having a little bit of difficulty there catching the excellent pass by Patterson. I'm sure we'll get that up later on our highlights. Split back set here for the Mavericks. It's been non-stop action so far today in this game. And he will get the snap out of the gun. Excellent throw.
Oh,
excellent
that's
catch.
open.
That is all the way open.
He's gone.
He is gone to the house. Touchdown to the San Diego Mavericks. And right back at it, number 11. Liam Hammer, from one Liam to another, That is a lovely touchdown to put the San Diego Mavericks back on level terms.
179 yards and a touchdown last week against Arizona, and this week he just picks up right where he left off. You have to remember, this San Diego offense has probably three of the most deadly wide receivers in this league, with Hammer, Gunnar Lewis, and Optimus Klein, the veteran. So Scar Patterson has a bunch of options to go through. This time, Hammer gets himself wide open on the sideline, beats his defender, shrugs him off, and he had wide open sideline to the end zone. San Diego pointed away from tying this.
Can't quite believe that Liam Hammer is only a one-time All-Star, but that's what I have here. 4 seasons in the league, one-time All-Star last season, and you know, they have an amazing wide receiving core in San Diego. It's just making use of those weapons, and it does feel like for this team, offense is going to be the key to making sure that they get within a sniff of the playoffs. Obviously, last few seasons, coming in as a new expansion team, maybe not been what they've looking for, but going up against the Jacksonville Kings team in a little bit of flux, they have all the opportunity in the world to make something here. Return is going to be up to the 23-yard line. If you're new to this SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategy is being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. More information about the SFL, visit our website at www.simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. And Jacksonville putting the offense into drive here as they have a single back set with 3 wide receivers. And they will go for a short throw. Nice pickup of around about 7 yards there.
Yeah, and they're going right to Azariah's way again. Just going with the short option here, just kind of nickel and diming their way to that first down. You got to remember their scoring play was 10 plays long, and it took a lot of chunk of time off that first quarter, so they might be doing this again here.
Azaria Way, another member of the all-name team here in the SFL, and Rochelle Colston will never let me forget the first time that I said his name when I was calling his name in the minors for the San Jose flight. 3rd and 2 now for the San Diego Mavericks, and let's go through their defensive lineup here. Mac Dre, Kratos Maximus, Nick Brumer on the defensive line, Leon Funderman, Garrett Evans, and Pete Mitchell at their linebacking core. And in the defensive backfield, Tom Krieg, Zach Blay, KJ Bailey, Ray Linnell III, Zach Holdorf had the pick earlier, and Marcus Hawk, and they do a nice job there, and they get the defensive stop, so it'll be 4th and 5. San Diego coming out fighting in their home game here, their home opener, and they have been hyped up for it here in San Diego, and looking forward to seeing what they can put together on this next drive, Brett. So that is punted away. Fair catch there by the San Diego Mavericks. And that is going to be on their 35-yard line. So not the best field position in the world, but certainly pretty decent as they come out and try to put 7 points on the board again after that excellent drive on their last time out here. Defensive personnel for the Jacksonville Kings, Taquan Hale, Forrest Dalton, Joe Swinton, and Logan Gardner on the defensive line. Linebacking court, Chuck Diesel, Garrett Hudson, and John Martin. And the defensive backfield for the Jacksonville Kings, Chet Maverick, Terrence Pearson, Bernard Goodin, Young Vaught, JT Jackson, and Stuart Zamelia, who also had a pick earlier today and has had some excellent plays so far for the Jacksonville Kings. And they will jump on that play. San Diego with the first down already on their last set of downs, and they will pick up another. So Jacksonville just not getting it together so far, Brett, on the defensive discipline, I think is the best way of putting it.
Yeah, second time that they've jumped here on this, and I believe the second time that they declined it as well, because the first time Jacksonville allowed a deep throw to Gunnar Lewis on the sidelines. This time, giving Christian Pierce an and an orthodox, I can't even say two words together, and an orthodox split open so that he can get probably one of his longest runs of the season already here with just 11 or 12 and another free first down here for San Diego.
3 figures in QBR for Scar Patterson, the all-star from last season, so he'll be happy with his performance so far today, and he'll be happy with that throw and catch. And they are going to, let's see if they give them the spot here. He was close to the edge of the field. That was Bill Cherry, it looked like, on the reception there. And yeah, they called that out of bounds, and San Diego are going to challenge this. I like the looks of this challenge, actually, Brett. Let's see what R62 thinks.
Yeah, we have a little bit of advantage in the booth here with the angle, seeing if Bill Cherry was able to catch that on the sideline. We'll get a closer look here as we go through the close-up, and it looks like to me he's got at least 1 foot down. It looks like he dragged the foot at least.
Yeah, I think he's caught this. I think this is going to be a reception, and the reaction on Liam Hammer's face says it all. Clapping away at R62. So refs get it wrong on the field, but you like to see that. Like to see the right decision made in the end, no matter what. And excellent pickup of yards. That's 3 straight first downs for the San Diego Mavericks. Their offense at the moment is rolling.
Yeah, and that's what you need to do against this Jacksonville team, is that you need to get ahead quickly and get ahead in a big load, or else Jacksonville will make you pay on those 3 and outs.
Weak ITE flex, and they're going to throw out of it. 5-step drop, a throw. That is up. That should be picked. How was that not picked by the Jacksonville Kings? Number 34, Stuart Zamalia, could have had 2 picks already, and he is cursing his luck there, because that was the momentum swing that you need if you're the Jacksonville Kings defense right now.
Someone had some popcorn on the sidelines and didn't wash his hands. Stuart, come on. You could have had number 2. Firstly, the tip coming from Chuck Diesel. Great job from the linebacker to have front coverage on Liam Hammer on the deep post down the middle. And then, yeah, like we said, Stuart, you got to catch those. That could have been a second interception, and you could have made San Diego pay in a big way.
Yeah, Jacksonville went deep into the draft well, but Chuck Diesel, one of the few free agent recruits that they had this past offseason coming in from Louisiana, and he's made an immediate impact. And that is a nice pickup of a first down. 81 there on the reception, and that is Gunnar Lewis, the 2-time All-Star. They have 7 All-Star spots between them, this wide receiving core. Hammer, Lewis, and Klein, Optimus Klein, 12-season veteran of the SFL, hugely experienced influence on this Mavericks offense. And let's see if they can drive into the end zone. We're in the red zone already, and it's been a relatively swift drive in terms of downs played. There's going to be an audible here at the line by Patterson, and he is going to take the deep drop, and he's going to pick up about a 5-yard gain. So it looked like he put number 88 on the out route there. That was Klein himself, actually.
Yeah, and all of that 7-step drop just to kind of throw a 5-yard out route, maybe a little bit disappointing for Patterson himself, but that was the only option that he had, as Klein was open and both Hammer and Lewis were pretty much covered really well by the Jacksonville secondary.
Some throws into the flat, and that is going to be behind the line, so that is going to be a tackle for loss. And I didn't catch a number of the player there who managed to get quickly to Pierce, who was on the reception. But nice stop there again from the Kings. They do need to, you feel like with the way that these offenses have been playing so far today, that they need to get a turnover. But with the end of the first quarter, that will bring up the switch around, change of direction, driving down the field. So they're going to walk all the way up the other end of the field to end this drive. It's 7-7 here in San Diego between the Jacksonville Kings and the San Diego Mavericks. Gun straight here for the San Diego Mavericks coming into the second quarter. And they'll be looking for the end zone here. They are throwing to the end zone, and they will be about a yard short. Excellent throw there. And that was Patterson keeps getting better and better. 3rd season in the league, Brett. He really knows what he's doing now behind this offense.
Yeah, he was an all-star last season for a good reason, and it's not just because he has dynamic receivers. He is a deadly accurate thrower, and he continues to do so here with that 90 all slants play.
Run up the middle and stopped at the line of scrimmage on the Jacksonville 1 yard line. So looking to hammer this ball in to the end zone is the head coach and offensive coordinator for the San Diego Mavericks. That's Liam Hammer. And San Diego, they're going to come out in a split
Backs
back
again.
set. Yeah, it's good to see. I like seeing fullbacks get involved in the game, especially the rushing game. Let's see if they will go to their fullback here. That's Hoagland, and it is into the end zone. And Hoagland is the man to get 7 points on the board for the San Diego Mavericks, pending the extra point. Excellent drive there for the Mavericks there, Brett.
Yeah, and a very methodical drive for San Diego as well, making sure that this Jacksonville defense gets tired, not only just from the defensive line and the linebacking core, but that secondary as well, making sure that they're on their feet the whole time with these passes. And just a fantastic job all around from offensive coordinator Liam Hammer to tire that Jacksonville defense to get themselves in the lead here.
Extra point pending. Number 14 takes a spot. Not a great spot, but they will get the ball up. That is Alec Finlay on the kick. And the San Diego Mavericks playing at home here at Lee Archer Stadium, Robert Hanson Field at Lee Archer Stadium. And they are up by a 7-point lead. The SFL has partnered with Rare Drop and Rare Drop Sports to advance live events and distribution. Live and in-person championship weekends, rookie drafts and community events are in the works. Check out SFL games on their Twitch channel Friday through Sunday evenings and follow Rare Drop Sports at twitch.tv/rdsports. I'm Liam Crowther, joined by Brett Solberg, and we are enjoying a lovely balmy evening here in California as the San Diego Mavericks take on the Jacksonville Kings. And Jacksonville, they've had a difficult start to this season, a lot of upheaval. They're going to come out in a heavy set formation here with the fullback and the halfback in the backfield. See what they can do here. Sipe hands off to Willis, and Willis with a bit of space up the middle there. Picks up around about 5 yards, and that's what he's averaging, 5.6 yards per carry so far today.
And a great job from the offensive line just to get that gap open right down the middle for Jared Willis just to run through and get himself that 5 yards. They could have done a stretch to the right. There might have been an opportunity with that, but they went up the gut instead, and it proved out to be good.
2nd and 5 here for the Jacksonville Kings. Single back set with twins out right, and that is going to be a jump. And that is going to be a catch. That is going to be a nice pickup all the way up to around about midfield, maybe a little bit short. They will pick up the laundry off the field. It's happened a few times, jumps and a nice pickup of yardage. So it's certainly not affecting the QB's composure. And that was Sipe that time who had a decent play there, Brett.
Yeah, and you go from one Willis to the other here. Jared with that 5-yard run the first time. And look at this change of pace from Grayson here to just, turn on the jets once he got the catch and grab an extra 4 or 5 yards there and get Jacksonville closer into enemy territory.
Shout out to Sipe, who is doing it on stats as well tonight alongside Justin Reside. Thanks to those guys for their efforts. Single back set, and Sipe will hand it off to Willis. He's got a lot of space, and that is all the way up to the 38-yard line of the San Diego Mavericks. And the Jacksonville Kings are right back at it. This is certainly turning into a close-fought game here, Brett.
Yeah, and if Jacksonville wants to take advantage of one aspect of that defense that needs work, again, we talked about this, that running defense for San Diego has not been up to par as of recently. Like I said, 155 rushing yards allowed. So Jared Willis could have a field day if he continues to work like this.
Yeah, Garrett Evans, the 3rd-round draft pick out of Tacoma, has not really been much of a factor, and the Kings may be targeting him a little bit. And actually, that's Garrett Evans there with the tackle for loss. So commentators blessing there for Evans, and he gets on the board with a tackle for loss, puts Willis behind by a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Jacksonville coming out in a strong set again, going to try and get that screen game going or potentially go to a run. They will go for a three-step drop. And that is going to be a pickup around about 3 yards. This is not in field goal range. It's going to be a real task for Jordan Bradshaw, the two-season veteran, to kick a field goal from here. They need to pick up at least another first down, you would have thought, Brett.
I think if they are going to go into field goal range for Jordan Bradshaw, you have to think the goal would be at least the 30-yard line, if not more. But yeah, the ultimate goal here would be a first down.
Two tight end set with a single back. They're going to go for play action, and there is a lot of time for sight.
Oh, come on!
Ball, and that was bobbled. And I have seen some interesting interceptions from bobble passes so far in this season. And that was nearly another. Syke with an escape. And they're going to bring out McCoy, the punter, to kick it away, trying to play field position here, Brett.
Yeah, and Zach Lay, last season he had a ton of interceptions. I believe he had 8 last season for San Diego and just couldn't get a grab on this one here. Still looking for his first of the season here, and it just bobbles twice and onto the ground.
Kicked away by the San Diego Mavericks, and it is going to be right into San Diego territory right there. Excellent pump from the Jacksonville Kings. And that is down on the 6-yard line. So nice play there by special teams. Number 23 covering it there. That was Chet Maverick, the rookie, second-round pick out of Madison. 3 Madison players drafted from the SFLM on Jacksonville's defense. And that was an excellent contribution there by Maverick in any way that he can. First down now for the San Diego Mavericks, penned right into their own territory. 3-step drop. Nice pickup of the first down that takes them right back to the 20. So essentially a touchback of that excellent punt from the Kings.
Yeah, and give a first reception of his career for Julian Gusters here, as he's the second tight end in this formation here. Almost blocks the way of Bill Cherry, as you see, but still manages to grab that catch. And normally when you see teams faced inside their 10-yard line, you usually see a run. So I was very interested not to see Christian Pierce get the football here, but they still get that first down.
Yeah, not really been making too much use of it.
Oh, he's open.
Probably making use of the wide receiver there.
Good
night. He is gone. 30, 20, 10. And that is a touchdown for the San Diego Mavericks. And that was number 81, Gunnar Lewis. And the fade route, he just beat his man and left him for dead there. Excellent play there by the San Diego Mavericks. And Scar Patterson gets better with every game that he plays in the silver, grey, whatever you call these San Diego Mavericks uniforms. Gunmetal grey, I would call it, Brett. But excellent play there by the offense of the San Diego Mavericks. 2 plays and done.
We've seen that before from San Diego's offense here. And you saw just an easy fade go from Gunnar Lewis, and someone like Bernard Gooden should know that they're going to probably look deep in situations like this. And Bernard goes with a flat coverage and leaves Lewis wide open, and an easy, quick 80-yard touchdown for San Diego, and now they're up 2 scores.
It is a 21-7 lead, and if you are Frank Gooden, the owner, head coach extraordinaire for the Jacksonville Kings, you have to be scratching your head thinking, how could this have gone so wrong so quickly in this game? Frank has had so much experience in the SFL. Really surprising to see maybe the bind that the Kings are in at the moment, but they're not out of this yet. Long way to go left in this game, and that's a nice return up to the 25-yard line. And the Jacksonville Kings will start from there. The SFL produces over 400 live events each year, but don't miss community content creators and their creations. Catch SFL Nights with AJ Striker, Say It With Your Chest, Netma, and more covering Season 19 and beyond. To check out archive versions of community shows, visit simulationfl.net and click the logo of your favourite form of SFL entertainment on our homepage. Split back set here for the Kings. That's a nice pickup for Willis of around about 5 yards there. They'll take it back to 4 yards, not a generous spot. So
Yeah, and going back to Frank Gooden here, when you're looking at a team and trying to study a team like the San Diego Mavericks, and I hate to be critical in a situation like this, but you have to know that they really rely on that passing game. So seeing them score 21 points in this first half, and a lot of it has been through just passing plays, has been a little bit of a shock here.
And he is
Oh,
gone, number 24, and that is all the way up to the 44-yard line. Excellent coverage there by it looked like 41 there for the San Diego Mavericks. That was Zach Blay managing to get back to prevent Jared Willis from going to the house. But that was an excellent spin there. And these finesse backs are all the rage in the SFL right now, Brett.
yeah, it's been big for them to get that running game going. So if they keep going Jared Willis's way, he's on a quick way to 100 yards.
3 wide receivers, and San Diego playing right off here. They will get the check down there, Jacksonville. You feel like they could have picked up a few more yards, get Sipes to maybe push it downfield, but clearly Frank doesn't feel that Sipes' arm at this point. He doesn't necessarily want to test it. 82.9 QBR here, 72 yards and an interception. It's not been a bad outing from Sipes so far, just been a bit unlucky. Going to come out in a bunch set here with single back. And they're going to hand it off again. And that is nearly broken out. It is wow, they're going to give him 3rd and inches there. That is contentious, Brett.
I actually agree this time with the refs here. His knees went down right behind the first down line, so give him 3rd and inches on this one. But don't be surprised if they go run here again. They're going to the heavy set.
Oh yeah, they're going heavy set. You either run it and hope that your guy can do it on the ground, and they will here.
Easy.
Willis is gone all the way up to the 20-yard line, and the Kings in prime position with 4 minutes 45 left on the clock to get points back on the board. And Willis is starting to get those legs churning here.
Yeah, and if I'm Jacksonville here, I think you got to keep feeding that ball to Jared Willis here, because he is starting to get hot now. He's breaking into some big runs just in this drive alone here, and he could probably get you those last 20 yards to pay dirt. So I would see a lot of feeds going his way here.
Yeah, I was going to say, you either trust him on the ground or you throw your screen there in that heavy set and catch the defense off guard. That run there won't pick up any yardage, so maybe the Mavericks sort of twigging on to what Willis is doing now. But they need to stiffen up here and just prevent Jacksonville from getting right back into this. And the Kings will come out again with a heavy set, 2 backs in the backfield. They don't have a fullback, a contracted fullback. They'll go to the pass here, and that is going to be a nice reception to number 44. That's Joel Harleman. Two tight end offense for the Jacksonville Kings. You tend to see offenses defined actually by the number of tight end personnel that they have nowadays. Just by virtue of so many teams having 3 wide receivers, 4 wide receivers. Jacksonville and San Diego both with 3. A short drop back, and that was a dangerous drop back. 4th and 1 now, and San Diego hold up well on the goal line stand there. Not exactly goal line stand, but red zone stand, I think is fair.
Yeah, and this play here, it had me thinking back already to last week when JQ basically threw that football to Jeff Gagne for that interception. It was almost a picture perfect play from last week, except Sipe wasn't running, but he still threw it right to the linebacker. Now forcing a 4th and 1, and now the Jacksonville offense is out here.
Yeah, they go back in this heavy set. Let's see what they try and do. Will they go to Willis again? He's been effective so far on the ground today. I think this one they may be.
So.
Yeah, they're just going to clock it here. I think they're not going to get San Diego to jump off sides. They're just going to call the timeout, and timeouts in the first half, not as much of a precious commodity as in the second half, so might as well give it a chance and see if you can get San Diego to jump. A field goal here you would expect to be routine for Jordan Bradshaw, but we have seen stranger things happen in the SFL, Brett.
Well, it's going to be 29 yards from Jordan Bradshaw, and we have seen field goal attempts under 30 yards missed here nonetheless. But getting these points is definitely going to bring a little bit momentum back on Jacksonville's side. Now they just need to respond on the defensive side, no matter what the situation comes out of this, to get a stop.
So that 3 points is up and good, and the second winningest team in SFL history are labouring here, but they are still in this fight. It's 10-21 to the San Diego Mavericks against the Jacksonville Kings, and never easy to go on the road against any team, and San Diego with a lot to prove this season, Brett.
Yeah, they got to get themselves out of that seasonal funk. They haven't won more than 4 games in the 3 seasons that they've been in this league, and they really want to get out of the hump, at least get to 6-6 or get in a positive record here. And if they win here, it'll be a step in the right road.
Return from San Diego all the way up to the 25-yard line, so you get a touchback and a little bit more there. That was Optimus Klein on the return. And San Diego, they'll be looking to get a few more points on the board, really try and stretch out this game so that Jacksonville really are having to put in a lot of hard work as they go into the second half. Their offense definitely the stronger side of the ball. I think even Mavericks fans would agree. And that was a stand up and a throw, and number 85 not able to bring it in there. That was the tight end, backup tight end, Fitzroy Newsome, unable to bring it in there.
Yeah, and now that San Diego has gone deep on the last couple of their touchdowns here, they might want to just switch things up here, go with a couple short ones, and then going back to long. As they go with a 4-receiver set, you've got Gunnar Lewis on the top there.
4 wide receivers out wide for the San Diego Mavericks. Going to go play action. Big throw here. That is tipped. And that is picked. Number 20. And he returns it only for a few yards. Number 11 getting in there. That was Liam Hammer hammering the defender. But the defender gets the pick. Scar Patterson's second interception of the day. And excellent work there to pick that ball off. That was Young Bot, the rookie out of Madison, first round player, making an impact there for the first time in the SFL.
Yeah, and that's that high risk, high reward offense that we've seen a lot, especially from last season from San Diego here. Scar Patterson is going to get you deep yards, but he's going to get interceptions as well. And Jacksonville could swing momentum right back here with 3 minutes left.
3-step drop, and number 24, Jared Willis again. He has been the workhorse so far today for the Jacksonville Kings offense, and he picks up 3 yards there.
Yeah, and they're going to continue to go Jared Willis' way here as he gets his 13th touch of this game if you combine receptions and rushing attempts here. He's definitely been well involved in this offense, and I think that's the right way to go for Jacksonville.
2nd and 7 for Jacksonville Kings. They're going to go to Willis again, but he's stopped behind the line, and this is number 51 for the San Diego Mavericks. That was Leon Thunderman. Excellent tackle for loss there. And Jacksonville's offense, excellent interception to get it back by their defense. But the San Diego Mavericks defense is holding up well here, and they could get a 3rd down stop here. Jacksonville going to come out in the gun. And Sipe looking for someone. He throws it into dangerous territory, and that is as good as an interception. That is, because that is not going to be field goal range. And that was number 22 for the Mavericks, Zach Holdorf. Called his name a few times. He's got a pick from earlier today. Excellent play there by the Mavericks defense.
Yeah, and Jordan Sipe went, I think, in the right direction there. Kingston Ellington had a small window of opportunity to get that football. It just threw it a little bit too late, and you saw a small swarm of San Diego secondary coming into that space of play, and that's where you see the deflection from Zach Holdorf.
Hunt is away. And that is going to be a fair catch. Nice field position for the Jacksonville Kings. As we bring up the 2-minute warning, it has been a fight for the Jacksonville Kings and the San Diego Mavericks. And the San Diego Mavericks coming out on top here at home so far. It's 21-10 here in this Saturday night closer. Welcome back into the broadcast. I'm Liam Crowther, joined by Brett Solberg on analysis, and San Diego are back and driving. And that is going to be
Ooh.
only to pick up a 2. Just a bad jump there from number 11. That was Liam Hammer. Probably just saying to Patterson, maybe want to throw it out in front of me, give me a bit of running room there.
And that's exactly it. As a wide receiver, you want that fat football thrown ahead of you, and Patterson just throws it behind. And in that situation, any wide receiver is going to start running from behind there. So just a very unfortunate play.
Strong eye set here for the San Diego Mavericks, trying to get their running backs maybe more involved with the 2-minute drill, and that is not going to be how to get them involved. Number 59 with the tackle for loss. That was Chuck Diesel, the Louisiana recruit for this Jacksonville Kings side, and excellent play there by Diesel.
And Diesel, as Shawn Michaels says, that which makes a Mack truck go, and he uses all of that Mack truck strength to just clobber Christian Pierce.
Nice throw and a catch for first down for number 88 of the San Diego Mavericks. That was Optimus Klein. Veteran experience there being used to great effect to get Scar Patterson out of a hole. And San Diego Mavericks with another set of downs to work with. 1:04 on the clock. They're going out into a heavy set. They're going to maybe see them go into a no-huddle offense here, and this is probably not the best formation for it.
Totally.
They'll go with a run, and that is around about 3 yards. They won't go to the hurry up, maybe a bit too far out of range. You got an 11-point lead, and there's no point pushing your luck here, is there, Brett?
Now, at this point, with 11 points up, now we have to think about this here, because now they're going with an empty set.
Gun straight here for the San Diego Mavericks, so it's like they're going to go all slants. We see all this slants, a lot out of this set, and they will keep going.
Now they're going hurry up.
No huddle offense, but a lot of time has gone off the clock here. 20 seconds left. They'll have to go with the Hail Mary if they get this pass off.
All slants again.
And that is going to be deflected. So I mean, now it almost certainly will have to be a Hail Mary. I mean, I think this is too far even for Patterson's arm, to be honest.
I think they got one more play in them. There's 13 seconds left. A quick 4 or 5 second play kind of changes them up, and they have all 3 timeouts as well, so they could stop the clock instantly after that catch, as it seems like they're going with a trips bunch near side on the left. So be careful with a deep run from one of those 3.
Bunch set here, and it'll be a 5-step drop, a throw over the middle, and that is going to be a first down.
Timeout.
They still got a timeout. It goes down to 5 seconds. I think they will take the timeout here. It is going to be a real ask for Patterson, but he can throw it from here. The concern that you've got is, more often than not, this ends up in a pick here, Brett, and you do not want to give the Jacksonville Kings a pick 6 at this stage of the game.
Well, with 51 yards, and you also have to think, Scar Patterson is the highest paid SFL player. He's going to have that arm. He's the highest paid for a reason. So 51 yards should be no big deal for him, as they go with a Hail Gary on the right side this time. Look for Gunnar Lewis or Liam Hammer to get open if they can.
San Diego Mavericks looking for a prayer, and that will not be it. Number 91 on the sack there, Taquan Hale. The 3-time All-Star, 10-season veteran, and leader of this defense for the Jacksonville Kings, brings up at half-time here in San Diego. And the Mavericks with a 21-10 lead. And we're back out here for the third quarter. I'm Liam Krauser, joined by Brett Solberg. And thank you for joining us for this Switch SFL matchup between the San Diego Mavericks and the Jacksonville Kings. Kickoff away, San Diego still in their gunmetal grey, as I now like to call it, and Jacksonville in their timeless white, purple and gold. What are you looking for for both of these teams in the second half, Brett?
I just have one thing for San Diego, and that's if they have a big enough lead, let's see Christian Pierce run the football a few more times. Coming into this game, he's only had 11 carries in the first 2 games. I'd like to see a bigger sample size out of him. For Jacksonville, it's just got to shore up that passing offense of San Diego and force them to run.
4 wide receivers out wide, and that's going to be 90 all slants. And wow, those numbers are staggering. 272 yards for Patterson, 84 for Sipe. 2 interceptions and touchdowns for Patterson, and just the 1 for Sipe each. And yeah, it's not been great reading, has it, for Sipe, really? A lot of it coming through Willis, and that'll be Willis again, and that is a first down, Brett.
Yeah, but comparatively, Jared Willis has 81 yards to the San Diego running offense's combined 24. It's now going to be after this first down from Nick Hoagland here. So Jacksonville doing it right with the running game, but need more from that passing attack, like you said, from Jordan Sipe. They need to get him a little bit deeper on those passes.
Heavy split back set there, and that is going to be one of the San Diego backs there. Looked like it was the running back that time, and that is going to bring up 2nd and 9. San Diego's 37-yard line at the moment. Patterson trying to marshal this offense for the Mavericks, and he is their top gun, as he said, one of the highest paid players in the SFL. Shotgun set here then for Scar Patterson and the San Diego Mavericks offense. There's a big throw. There's a big catch. There's a big reception for number 81, Gunnar Lewis, with an excellent reception all the way up to the Jacksonville 25-yard line. And just like that, the Kings are back on the ropes.
Yeah, and again, it's that deep bomb, that big shot pass from Scar Patterson that we've seen about 4 or 5 times now. And it seems like Bernard Gooden is just having a rough time against Gunnar Lewis, who is now roughly at 179 yards receiving just through 2 quarters and 2 minutes. He is well on pace for over 250 yards if this keeps going.
A stat line, 179 yards. Patterson's going to want that one back, though. That was batted away, and that was number 55 on the deflection there. John Martin, the outside linebacker, getting in on that pass coverage, and number 11, 11's reaching out for it. Liam Hammer trying to pull that one in, the offensive coordinator and head coach, and also wide receiver for this Mavericks side. Shotgun set here with split backs beside him, so Patterson's going to have a few options here for where he's going to go with the ball. He will go with the pass. The backs rush out of the backfield, and he will go to the out route. So conservative play there after nearly giving the ball away. 88 Optimus Klein on the reception there, and the 12-season veteran getting another reception on the board.
Yeah, and Jacksonville needs to keep doing this here. They know that San Diego likes to throw that deep ball, and especially getting close to that red zone, they're going to look for pay dirt out of this. So if you can limit Scar Patterson to throwing short, then I think you'll be fine.
This 5 wide receiver set again out of the shotgun, and that is going to be a big throw. That is going to be an interception, and that is not what you want if you're the San Diego Mavericks and Scar Patterson. Give the ball back to Jacksonville and give them life again. Throw away an almost certain field goal for Alec Finley, and that was number 20. That was young Vaught again with his 2nd interception of the day. The rookie out of Madison making a big impact here.
Yeah, and we all thought when we were going into this draft that with young Vaught being picked 17th overall might have been a reach for Jacksonville, but they needed that starting free safety, and he has played a big part for Jacksonville in this game.
Wow, a lot of pressure there in the face of Jordan Sipe, and he just throws it away. You don't want to, well, always the danger of intentional grounding in the end zone and giving away a safety, but that time the referees are going to say, oh, there was someone in the vicinity, so give you a break there. But the Mavericks gave away some sure points, but they do have a chance to try and put the Kings under some real pressure here. 4-3 defense here for the Mavericks, and they're going to get up. They can't stop Willis though, and Willis gets up to the 11-yard line, and yeah, that is exactly what they need to do for the Jacksonville Kings there at least. Olivia Bleeker making an excellent block there as we look at the highlight here, Brett.
Yeah, and so that stretch play to the left side, that it seems to be that money play for a lot of teams here in the SFL. The first play going past, a little bit of a head scratcher when you're your own 2 yard line, but definitely when you're inside the 10, even inside the 20, go Jared Willis's way. He's going to get you those yards.
3rd and 1 here, and that'll be a run for Willis again. And there is some
That might be
laundry
a
on the
hold.
field. There is a first down, but if this is offensive holding, then the Kings will be kicking themselves because they had a first down there. See what R62 calls. Looks like a offensive holding call, and the Mavericks will accept that. So that is hugely damaging for the Jacksonville Kings. That puts them right back into danger territory here, Brett.
Yeah, and with that heavy set, you're going to have the multiple tight ends, and Joel Harleman, the second string tight end on this Jacksonville team, just holds his guy a little bit too long, and basically right back to square one for Jacksonville.
Sight not liking what he sees at the line. He's going for a 5-step drop after the audible. He goes for a throw.
Oh, what a
he
throw.
goes for a catch. And that is an excellent reception from number 11 of the Jacksonville Kings, Grayson Willis, the other Willis, the 9-season veteran of the Jacksonville Kings. And getting his rookie QB out of a hole here. And Jacksonville are back, moving up the field once more. 7:13 left in this third quarter. And Jacksonville in the single back set here. 2 tight end set. As we mentioned before, they got 2 tight ends, Joel Harleman and Caesar Ackerman. And that won't be a reception. But it's been a mixed bag for both these teams coming out of the locker rooms for the second half, Brett.
Yeah, a little bit up and down from both teams here. San Diego was threatening early on that drive, and Young Vaught kind of put a halt to things. But for Jacksonville here, what a beautiful throw earlier from Jordan Sipe. That had me thinking of season 17 Johnny Pickler with that kind of throw.
Season 17 Johnny Pickler, I will make no comment. That was a nice 1 yard gain with all the pressure coming around him. So Willis managed to at least eke out a yard to gain, and that will make things at least a little bit easier for Jordan Sipe. And it will at least help them with the field position battle if they can't pick up the 3rd down conversion.
Mm-hmm.
And it's looking like a 4-4 here for the San Diego Mavericks. A very heavy linebacking core here. That's a throw and that's a catch, and that's another nice pickup of the 1st down for the Jacksonville Kings. They're getting right back at it. Number 82, one of those. No, that was the wide receiver. The wide receiver for the Jacksonville Kings, Kingston Ellington, with a great post route there, just getting away from number 33 of the San Diego Mavericks. That is Tom Krieg, who was on the coverage there.
They went away with that 4-4. Now they're going 3-4. It looks like.
Yeah, back to 3-3, and that is gonna help stiffen up the coverage there, as Jordan Sipe had nowhere to go, Brett.
Yeah, just a very tough situation for Jordan Sipe. He had to let go of that football too, because that San Diego defensive line was starting to close his pocket a bit. So Jared Willis was really the only option, and just unfortunate, he basically threw it right at the edge of the sideline. So he stepped out of bounds immediately after for the 2-yard loss.
Jacksonville looking to get points on the board for the first time in the second half. And they would go with another Willis run, and San Diego, they have twigged on to what Jared Willis has been doing well so far today, and that was Funderman on the tackle there. I think that's going to be called a tackle for loss as well.
It looks like they lost a yard on that one, but they went 4-3 so that they could shore up that offensive line and give the linebackers a chance to stop the run, and that's exactly what happened.
And they come out in the 4-3 again here. San Diego looking to make a big stop. Sipe is back, and that's an excellent catch, and that is going to be a 1st down. They're going to get in the forward progress. Number 33, that was Tom Krieg again, just not able to stop number 82, Kingston Ellington. And this battle between Ellington and Krieg has been one of the big defining points of this drive.
Yeah, it's been up and down for both of these players here, but now in this third quarter, it seems like Sipe has found his favorite receiver to go to right now and trying to exploit the one step behind speed of Tom Krieg, and it's paying off on this drive.
It's another heavy set for the Jacksonville Kings. We've seen a lot of offensive variety for both of these teams, a lot of passing, a lot of heavy sets, and that time that will pick up 5 yards for Jared Willis. And the Jacksonville Kings, this has been one long drive here for the Kings, and they will come out in heavy set again with weak eye fullback.
Oh, good coverage.
And that was well covered indeed, and that will be a pickup around about 3 yards. Quite a generous spot there.
Yeah, pretty generous, but San Diego developed that play really well, really recognized that that stretch play to the left has been more common than Jacksonville probably wants it to be, but it's been successful, so they go that way again. This time, Zach Lay with the big tackle to stop him before the first down mark.
3-step drop, a throw, and an excellent catch, and it has happened again and again and again on this drive. The Jacksonville Kings get into a hole and they pull themselves out of it, and great fortitude by Jordan Sipe. And on this reception, Caesar Ackerman, he took a wallop there as well.
Yeah, and it was a laser of a throw as well from Jordan Sipe. So Caesar Ackerman doing a great job to get that football secured while getting hit. That's a tough situation for any tight end.
Another short drop, and number 24, Jared Willis again. Dual threat running backs, they are the big in thing at the moment, and Willis certainly doing what he needs to do. San Diego going a bit more traditional, going with the smash and dash of Christian Pierce, the round 2 draftee out of Lexington, and Nick Hoagland at fullback. Jacksonville again, another heavy set, and Willis is going to get some space. He's going to try to spin, but this is another hole again, Brett, for the Jacksonville Kings, and another third down conversion attempt.
And it seems like they're just playing the same movie over and over again. Now, stop playing 50 First Dates. I want to see, a different Adam Sandler movie. But right now, it seems like these third down conversions are working for Jacksonville as they go heavy set here.
Adam Sandler played football as well, didn't he? And as that is batted away by number 51.
They got the wrong sport there. That's basketball for him.
Yeah. I thought he was a water boy, I think, at one point. But
that's true. And he was the longest yard as well. Yeah.
He also played golf. That man, Adam Sandler, is someone who the Jacksonville Kings could use in a situation like this, I think, as they come out to kick the field goal. And this should be another routine one, so certainly Sandler could probably kick it from here. Give him probably about 34 yards. The snap is good. Jordan Bradshaw kicks it up, and no Adam Sandler needed, as the Jacksonville Kings pull it back to within a single score. And speaking of lasers, laser of a throw from Jordan Sipe on that last drive. The SFL has partnered with Laser to deliver digital SFL player trading cards to its players and viewers during live events on SFL Twitch. Viewers every 30 minutes will be issued cards, or you can buy SFL card packs through Laser's store. The new Season 19 pack will be available soon. Visit laser.gg and click the Join Alpha button, connect your Twitch account, and begin collecting. And you can collect those on this Twitch broadcast. And I am Liam Krause, your play-by-play commentator, joined by Brett Solberg, Justin Reside, and Jordan Sipe. Jordan Sipe's on the field in the stats truck. He's everywhere and throwing darts for the Kings. But they are a little bit behind here, and the San Diego Mavericks will want to prevent this getting out of hand late in this third quarter. Single back set here is going to be changed up at the line by Patterson. Takes his time, deep drop there, throw out route, and number, who was covering that? Looked like number 23. Chat Maverick not able to get out in front of it, and number 11, Liam Hammer, able to bring it in for the reception.
Yeah, just couldn't get his hands quite on it. Chet Maverick did a pretty decent job in covering Liam Hammer, but Hammer's going to get his open spots and just beats Maverick by just about a step and a half, which led to that sideline throw from Patterson.
That is all you need. Split back set and another deep drop here for Patterson. He is under pressure.
Oh,
He gets
he
it
wanted
away,
that.
and he is lucky there because number 91 had a bead on him. That was Hale, the three-time All-Star again on this Kings defensive line. If anything's changed on this defensive unit for the Kings, the defensive line leadership is not one of them, and Hale has helped to keep the Kings in this game with a number of great defensive pressures. So the San Diego Mavericks will come out on a third down conversion attempt. Another deep drop from Patterson. That's dangerous, but he gets it in there, and that is another great reception. That looked like it was Liam Hammer again there on the reception. And the Mavericks out of a hole of their own, and Liam Hammer is their savior.
Yeah, and Hammer's been the guy for this drive so far. Give credit to Terrence Pearson from being probably centimeters away from tipping that football, but another great throw placed from Scar Patterson on the sidelines for Hammer to make that catch.
Run up the middle and a nice pickup around about 8 yards from number 40, Nick Hoagland. And they're getting that, they're sharing out that usage across the board, whether it be wide receivers, running back, fullback, tight end, everybody in this Mavericks offense getting right involved in this closely contested matchup. Single score game here as they come out in strong power right. And that is going to be a first down up to Jacksonville 46-yard line.
Yeah, and it seems like they're kind of doing a flip reverse from all the other teams in the SFL. They're really heavily relying on Nick Hoagland, their fullback, to get those big yards, where Christian Pierce is going to be that second or third and short running back to kind of power his way through for first down. So a little bit of flip reverse role play from both these running backs.
San Diego are scoreless in the third quarter, and they need to correct that. They can't allow the Kings to get right back into this game. Impressive numbers there, though, from Scar Patterson. 329 yards has shown just how effective he has been through the air. But finally, in our other game, the LA Lycans beat the Seattle Nemesis 33-14. Seattle dropped to 0-3, still looking for that first win. And that is going to be a run, and he had a little bit of space out wide there. That was going to be Christian Pierce on the run there, trying to do what Hoagland can do. Nice pickup of a few yards there, though.
Yeah, and every rookie running back and rookie quarterbacks, for that matter, is going to have their growing pains through the first 4, 5, 6 weeks of the season, and Christian Pierce is pretty much having that one. And like you said, he just has the awareness. He could have stretched out to left.
Fourth quarter here in the Sunshine State here in California, and it is 21-13 in favor of the hometown San Diego Mavericks. And we welcome you all into the broadcast. I'm Liam Krauser, joined by Brett Solberg on the call here today. And San Diego looking to wrap up their first win of the season and condemn the Jacksonville Kings to 0-3. That is play action. That is a throw, and that is a catch. And that is gone. Number 11 of the San Diego Mavericks, Liam Hammer, hammers another nail into the coffin here for the Jacksonville Kings. And that was an excellent throw and an excellent catch. And San Diego just looking a little bit more comfortable now, Brett.
Yeah, and that's what we've come to see from San Diego here. They're gonna find either Liam Hammer or Gunnar Lewis open. This time, Liam Hammer gets over the century mark here. We have to remember, both of these wide receivers had over 1,500 yards last season and were the key receivers in the All-Star game as well. So they're gonna get theirs eventually, as like you said, putting another hammer in possibly the coffin of Jacksonville here.
Finlay is going to take the extra point for the San Diego Mavericks, and that is 28-13 as we are early in this fourth quarter. So 11 minutes for the Kings to turn things around. APM Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection. state-of-the-art technology and world-class customer service. APM Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library, to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit apmmusic.com. And the Kings will be looking for a bit more beat in their step as number 14, Azaria Way, whose name I have honed over numbers of broadcasts in the SFLM, returns it up to the 25-yard line, and he will be looking to make a huge impact for the Jacksonville Kings late in this game. 11 minutes to turn it around here. Heavy set for the Jacksonville Kings, and they will run it, and it'll be Willis, and it's going to be a pick of only a couple of yards. Willis looks like he's getting tired. 126 yards on 22 carries so far today.
Yeah, you said it, 22 carries and also 8 receptions with that as well. So he's had 30 touches in this game, and when you get around that 25 to 35 mark, that's when your running backs start to get a little bit tired here. So maybe start to throw the football for Jordan Sipe, and don't make it pretty. Go for the long ball.
They'll run it again, and that is going to be Willis up to the 33-yard line of Jacksonville Kings. It's going to be 3rd and 1. So, I mean, because every time we give Willis the ball, no doubt an amazing player, great running back for this Jacksonville Kings offense. But that is time ticking off the clock, and you've got some great receiving weapons. They'll go heavy set again. Maybe Frank Goodin has overplayed his hand a bit with these heavy sets, and that is going to be a tackle for loss. Number 98, Mac Dre. We haven't called his name today, but the week 2 signing gets on the board with a huge sack.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big tackle for loss there, and pushing Jacksonville further back and pushing them to this 4th down situation where they're down 15 at this point. So that's a huge stop for the San Diego team, and they can make the final nail in the coffin here if this offense explodes like they have.
Fair catch called for, and that is on the San Diego 38-yard line. So decent field position, definitely within striking distance of field goal range for Alec Finlay, the 2-season veteran. And this youthful San Diego Mavericks defense has stopped one of the all-time great offenses for the Jacksonville Kings. They've been such a great team over so many seasons, and they are running out of options here. Check down there for Scar Patterson. That's going to be to number 18. And that is going to be a nice pickup around about... Well, they're not going to give him the 1st down. They're going to give him 2nd and inches, but that opens up the playbook here, Brett.
Yeah, it absolutely does, and they can go to Christian Pierce with a gut run on 2nd down if they want, or they can go with another big money play and find Hammer or Lewis on the deep ball, which has happened 3 times in this game. So that, yeah, like you said, opens up the playbook wide open.
2nd and inches here, and they'll just go with the easy run and the easy 1st down. A little bit more. He's taken out all sorts of tackles there is Christian Pierce. And that was a lovely pickup. And actually, that was Hoagland. That was Hoagland this time with the power rushing. I mentioned it before, that smash and dash. And they went with smash there for Nick Hoagland. The incredible Hoag. It doesn't really work, I suppose. But we'll come up with a nickname of some sort for him. The 4-season veteran. And excellent work there by Nick Hoagland to get his team within striking distance of more points. Gun straight here for Scar Patterson. 4 wide receivers and the tight end. That is a throw. That is unbelievable. A circus catch there for the San Diego Mavericks. Number 81 picking up where Liam Hammer left off, I believe. And that is a pickup of 9 yards. Well, you've seen that happen before, Brett.
Too many tips that lead to completions. I think you've seen it more often from your team than anybody else. I can give you plenty of examples for that.
No comment again. Johnny's going to get upset with me. So 3-step drop, and that is an out route, and that was a nice pickup of a 1st down. But yeah, in a more generalized point, actually, all slants is... I saw Andy Hamilton at last night's game against Baltimore. cursing that play, but there's a reason why teams play it so much, because in certain situations it's so effective.
It's almost a guarantee that you're going to get a completion of some sort, whether it be 3 yards or even a 13-yarder. It's going to get you results.
Split back set up the shotgun, and that's out route again, and they are not going to give the reception there to the four-time All-Star Optimus Klein. And he has had a hugely prosperous career, whether it be in San Diego or in Florida or Alaska in seasons past. And San Diego looking to get their first win of the season on the board. They're in excellent position to do so. They're within field goal range here, and really just, maybe go with something a little bit more conservative.
Oh!
And that is why number 55 on the pick for the Jacksonville Kings, John Martin. And that was most definitely commentator's curse there, Brett.
Yeah, when people say put your fours up in the chat in the fourth quarter, we don't mean Scar Patterson throwing his 4th interception in this game.
Wow.
That's what happens.
Did you see that deflection? How he caught that? Wow! Number 59 with the deflection. Chuck Diesel literally batted it into John Martin's hand. That is what they call teamwork.
You know, that's the second time that Chuck Diesel has deflected a football that's led to an interception. We saw that earlier with Stuart Zomalia, I believe in the first quarter, and now in the fourth quarter it pays off again.
Ace quads, and that is going to be play action, a throw, and that's going to be a catch for the Kings. They need more of that. They're 15 points down. Check that. They are 15 points down. I can't count. 15 points down is the San Diego Mavericks. They need touchdowns, no matter what the score is. They need touchdowns right now to get them right back into this game. With 7 minutes left on the clock, they have it all to do. But they are a all-conquering team from seasons past. Just 2 times in their entire existence have they missed out on the playoffs. And they will get the first down this time behind the legs of Jared Willis.
Yeah, and right now, that Jacksonville playbook, it's still looking like nickel and diming it, but as the clock ticks closer to 6 minutes left in this game, they need to find deeper options, maybe find a deep post to Caesar Ackerman, or maybe get Ellington or Grayson Willis a deep throw.
3 wide receivers for the Kings out wide, and that will only be a pickup of 2 yards. And, you know, Brett, we've seen a lot of heavy wide receiver sets. So we've seen a lot of heavy sets in terms of bringing a lot of players into the middle of the field. We've also seen them spread it out wide, but we haven't seen huge plays from the Jacksonville Kings offense.
No, and they definitely need to get it to it now, since they're down 2 possessions, and each second is precious now for this Jacksonville offense. Short
drop back out the gun, and that is going to be all the way up to the 32-yard line. That's going to bring up 3rd and 1. And these Kings have really shown their fighting spirit when it comes to these 3rd down conversions. They're definitely made more often than not than we've seen today. And this will be another one. 3rd down efficiency so far today for the Kings is actually 8 to 17 converted. And that will be another one. And Willis gets up to the 36-yard line for a 1st down. 135 yards on the day.
Yeah, when you have 18 attempts at 3rd down to try to convert to 1st, it shows great defense, first off, from San Diego throughout this game, but also good perseverance from this Jacksonville offense to just continue to try to push forward and get that 50% click rate.
And for San Diego's part, they have 5 3rd down conversions from 7 attempts. So that says something. Laundry on the field here. I think that's going to be a jump offside. So let's see what the referee comes back with.
Look to be one of the interior linemen, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Neutral zone infraction. So the Kings will take that. It's going to stop the clock, and that is becoming more important at this stage, as the Kings. If the Kings put up a touchdown here, they are very much well back into this game, but they still will be relying on what has been quite a high-powered Mavericks offense, not simply just going down and scoring right back at them. They're going to come out in a bunch set here, the Kings, and this is generally a passing formation. That's going to be a nice throw and a catch, and that's over the midfield mark. And now we're into the hurry-up offense here.
Yeah, they're going to have to at this point with less than 5 to go, and they're still down 2 scores.
Play action here for the Jacksonville Kings. A long throw, and that is an interception. And number 28. Could that have wrapped it up from Ray Lennell III? And number 82. Kingston Ellington looked back in despair. The one-time All-Star here for the Jacksonville Kings was nowhere near getting that.
Yeah, it was way underthrown, and Lennell was just right place, right time. And that's what happens when you throw too many short passes. When you have to go for the long bomb, your arm isn't ready for it.
San Diego back on the offense, and they will pick up around about 6 yards. Coverage of the SFL on Next Level Sports continues tomorrow, July 24th at 8:45 Eastern Time, with the Denver Nightwings and Fort Worth Toros, with live look-ins from Sioux Falls and Motor City. Next week you'll see Portland try their hand at the Baltimore Vultures Saturday, and Fort Worth clash with Houston in the South Sunday. For a channel guide and more info about NXT, visit nlse.com. And yeah, Baltimore, Portland up against Baltimore. That is going to be a huge matchup, with the Vultures having that big win against Vancouver. Anything you want to say about that, Brett, or should we just... I don't even want to think about it myself, and I had to watch that game too, so...
I'm going to use the playbook of Liam Crowder. No comment.
That's very fair. That's very fair. I wouldn't want to put you through that ignominy again. And my heart goes out to Andy and yourself, I swear. So 3rd and 2 here. San Diego needs to be stopped if the Jacksonville Kings want to win this game. Huge amount of space there for the wide receiver. They will run it. And that was routine for Hoagland. He has made far more difficult first down so far today.
And we talked about possibly finding a nickname. I might have one for him. The Immortal, Hulk Hoagland. How about that?
That is superb. Oh dear. Yeah, no, that's a good one. And he will be immortal in the minds of these San Diego fans. They've not necessarily had tons to cheer about here over the past few seasons, but getting a big win, getting back to 1 and 2, will certainly give them all the cheer in the world. And for the Jacksonville Kings trying to rebuild, maybe the first time in Jacksonville Kings history where this is really looking like a situation where they need to pick up the pieces and get back to where they need to be, Brett.
Yeah, it's very, very tough for Jacksonville. I'll probably say more when it comes to the post game right now, but the game's far from over still, as they still shed the clock away. It looks like we're going to get to the 2-minute warning, as San Diego is just going to let this clock burn away here.
2-minute warning has come up here in San Diego, and they are on course for a big first win. 28-13 with just the 2 minutes left on the clock. This has been SFL Action on Twitch. And that will be the defining number of today's game. 400 yards for Scarl Patterson through the air. An excellent outing by any measure for this quarterback. Out of the shotgun, he takes a snap, and that is going to be a pickup of about 3 yards. And Jacksonville are going to start taking their time out. So now you're in a situation with Jacksonville. You can't expect to be getting the ball back twice. So you're looking to the onside kick if you do get a touchdown here.
That's exactly it. So if they do get this ball back, if they stop here on 3rd down, they are going to get the football back, and I would guess with about a minute and a half left. So they need to find those quick, deep throws for Jordan Sipe, kind of shrug off that first deep interception and get those deep throws. But it all depends on this stop here if they can get it.
And they will not. No. That is going to be a first down, and that could be all they wrote. I think Jacksonville, they may have a chance to get the ball back at least once, but you're probably looking at less than a minute now, because San Diego are going to milk this clock for all it's worth. And quite frankly, with a 15-point lead This looks to be pretty safe now, and they will go into victory formation. That's how safe they feel. They're not even going to try their luck. They're going to trust the leg of their punter. That's Alex Damine, and they are going to try and get out of here with the win, as they are. So Scar Patterson, very happy with the job he's done. 1:49 left on the clock. Jacksonville all out of timeouts now. So yeah, I think yeah, this will be they'll be very low on time here, Jacksonville. But I don't even think they're looking at just under a minute. They're looking at around about 20 seconds or so as they take the knee, and the clock will start to tick. Yeah, looking at around about 25 seconds left on the clock, and if you're trying to get two touchdowns out of that, that's probably a bit much to ask for.
Yeah, it's about near impossible at this point. San Diego just doing a fantastic job in the second half, just shutting down Jacksonville entirely offensively, and letting their tried and true passing game, just lay waste to the Kings defense.
Yeah, I'd say stranger things have happened, but that would be probably a bridge too far, even for this wonderful league of ours, as that is nailed down again by Scar Patterson. Excellent day for him. 400 yards on the day, as we mentioned before, maybe a few more in that final drive. And he has really shown all of those potential critics of San Diego that the Mavericks are right back in this season, just a game below 500. For the Kings, on the other hand, well, as we mentioned before, real questions now have to be asked about Jacksonville. Great, they have a great owner, great personnel, but it just hasn't come together so far this season, and that's been a real surprise out of the Kings. So Jacksonville will take it up to 25, almost on the dot. I got it. It's 24 seconds left on the clock, so need a big touchdown. Big plays just haven't come out of the Kings today, though, Brett.
No, way too many heavy sets, and that's been the issue. I think they trusted too much on the Jared Rillis run play, and we stated earlier that the run defense is a little bit of a weakness for this San Diego defense, but you can't just rely on your running game to win games. You need to get more passing offenses through, as that one gets complete for about 6 yards. And you got to go through, got to go for the deep bomb every now and again. You can't go conservative, even if you have a rookie quarterback.
Yeah, very surprising from the Kings, and that will bring up that this is going to be the final play of the game, if they even get it off, and they won't. That is it, and the San Diego Mavericks defend home turf in their home opener of the season. It is 28-13 here in California, and an excellent win for the San Diego Mavericks.
And there you see it right there.
Yeah.
Big difference was just the passing game, and if you limit a quarterback to under 200 yards in a game, it just spells doom for your offense. You always want to have dual threats, both on the ground and in the air. It doesn't matter if, say, your running back gets 200 yards rushing. It's not going to be proven to be positive if your quarterback doesn't be effective in this game, and that's what happened here. Jordan Seifert with only 198 yards. A lot of these just short throws, and when they needed to have the deep throw, it just seemed just too late, and it ends up in an interception. Just a great defensive play calling all around from San Diego, and just knock this one as another one to work on for Jacksonville, and head back to Florida to head back to practice.
Yeah, I think it was telling about Jacksonville. This was like the second worst performance that they've had away from home in terms of points scored. Their worst performance was in 2021, season 17 against the Charleston Predators, where they lost 10-45. So the defense has held up relatively well. Player of the game here is going to be Liam Hammer. Excellent game for him. 134 yards in the air, receiving 2 touchdowns, 8 receptions, 16.8 yards per catch. And that'll do it for us here in San Diego. It's been excellent to have you all join us for this excellent clash between the San Diego Mavericks and the Jacksonville Kings. I've been Liam Krauser, joined by Brett Solberg. Thank you for joining us. We will see you next week. Bye for
Biddy.
now.